Hey everybody, welcome back. We do have some breaking news. You may have already heard it. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has been stripped of the captaincy over at Arsenal. Now obviously he didn't play over the weekend. I guess he's not going to play again tomorrow against West Ham. As an Arsenal fan, I've seen this way too many times with the captains. It just all goes awry. Whether they're, pushing for a move out of there, like Cesc Fabregas, Robert Van Persie, or they just get in fights with the fans while they're getting subbed off, like Granit Xhaka. He's been stripped of the captaincy because of more, I don't know what you call it, protocol breaking, like protocol at Arsenal. So it's not the first time he's done that. A breach of protocol.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, thank you for that. I forgot the name that they used, the word they used. But yes, he breached protocol again because what? He was getting a tattoo, right? Which they said, cool, like you get your tattoo. And then he just essentially, I guess they said, as long as you're back by this date, this time, you're good. Like, go get your tattoo, come back. And he couldn't fulfill that part of the agreement, right?
Couldn't do it. Couldn't hold up his end of the bargain, and Mikel Arteta was like, enough's enough. You're fired. You're done. You're not captain. You're not playing in the squad, and I don't even want you in the dressing room anymore. You're practicing with the U23s, and you're going to be on the first train back to Paris come January 14th.
So you bring up a good point where it's like, if you do want to get rid of him in January, like, do you air out this dirty laundry? Do you let everybody know what's going on? Do you still play him to see if, at least he can start scoring some goals and up his value so that other teams will start coming for him in the winter break? Or like what? Because I feel like he's doing two things here. Obviously, Arteta wants a specific feeling or a specific way that he runs things at Arsenal. He wants people to abide by his rules. It's his way, or literally
a tight ship.
Exactly. So like, I think that what he's prioritizing, rather than like, okay, let's play him or let's not talk about this in public so that some other team can come in and buy him. I think that he's less worried about that, and he's more worried about, I need everyone, not only at this club but like across the globe, to know that, yeah, like you said, we run a tight ship here. So you gotta follow these rules. If you break these rules, you're out of here. And so I think that that's just kind of what he's prioritizing over essentially like coming up with moving him out of North London.
Yeah, dude. That's my sentiment. So I got two things to say about this. One, in the last 14 seasons, Arsenal has had 11 captains. That's unacceptable. What the heck is that all about? Secondly, just piggyback off of what you said. Like, okay, we get it, Mikel. You want to be the boss, you're the manager, you run a tight ship. But what about the club? Like, sure, Arsenal have had a great run of games, and for the most part, Pierre has not been a part of that, which is, okay, whatever. We all know he can score goals. After a Cup of Nations come up, he'll probably regain form and be fine. But like you said, he's breached protocol. He's done this, 2 or 3 times, maybe 4. He's done this more than once. Let's just say He's done this more than twice. So you got to send a message across, which is fine. But why go to the media with this? Just say he's sick. Say he's injured. Scoring form.
Oh, so that's what you would do. You wouldn't own up and be like, yeah, he broke the rules.
No.
Okay, interesting.
I just feel like, because I feel like okay, he's not doing anything for your club, but if you do, like, say he's breaking the rules to a point where it's like, I don't want him here anymore. It's like you're telling everyone else, like, hey, guess what? This guy's a rule breaker. I don't want him. Do you want him? They're like, I guess not. I guess he better just stay at Arsenal and get paid $375 a week until his contract's over in 2024. Is that, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that I don't like Mikel Arteta's coaching style for wanting to be, strict and stern and firm in his rules. Like, I'm for that. But I just don't think putting him on blast publicly helps anyone. Like, this doesn't help anyone. Like, you could just bench him and they could ask you, just be like, did you see him play last game? did you think he played well? Without humiliating the guy, just be like, yo, he's trying to restore form, or just be like, yo, like,
yeah, I get
he
that.
left the country. We got him
Okay.
Quarantining. Like the needle might have been. I don't know. I don't condone lying. I'm just saying I feel like there could be a more tactful way to do this that could, keep the club's interest, put the club's interest in front of like Mikel Arteta's integrity as a coach. Which I get it. He wants to be respected. So.
Yeah, and I think
see how
that
it works.
you said it. The word is integrity, I think. And I think that that's something that Mikel Arteta wants. That's something the club wants. And I think that that's something that he wants his players to have. But yeah, I mean, it's tough because, I mean, you wrote me in the morning, like, yo, why isn't he playing? Like, because he can't score. Like, ever since going...
And I accepted that. I was
like, he can't score. Like, but we talked about Rudiger in a different little short here, but like, I hope that, I mean, it's just hard to say, like, I mean, he had an incredible first couple seasons at Arsenal. Ever since he's signed that extension, it's just, he's kind of been non-existent. And this is something that happens with Arsenal. They give these contracts out and then they just kind of disappear. And it's not Aubameyang's fault. Like, he's still giving everything on the pitch. Like, he has really great link-up play. He's doing things I've never seen him do before, like tracking back and some great 1-2s and everything. There was a lot of talk about when Arsenal signed him, and they were like, he's known as a bit of a problem boy at these other clubs. And a lot of his other managers came out, like Jurgen Klopp, and was like, no, like, we've never had issues with him.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And so I think that on that note, like, to be honest, is this a big issue? Like, yeah, so he came back late. Like, we don't know the circumstances. Maybe if he was getting a tattoo and it was, I mean, I don't know, like, I know that those things can, I don't know, take longer than imagined, or in Europe right now it's really hard with travel procedures. So I mean, obviously we don't know everything. It's hard for me to believe that, like, he just blatantly was like, yeah, I'm just not going to get back in time, So maybe something else came up. Like, I know that you brought up, like, he went and picked up his mom from France and his mom's been sick. Like, there's been a lot of health concerns with her. And so even this could have been like, yeah, my mom's sick. Like, it's last minute. I got to go to France and pick her up. Why? I don't know. But he is close to his mom. They've had him on TV before, like, showing off his house. Like, his mom is there, cooks for him. Like, they're a very close-knit family. And I don't know, like, I would like to think that I put family first also, and maybe this is what he was doing, and the club was upset or whatever. So I don't think it's like as big as, like, he's out partying till 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. with no mask on, like, breaking COVID laws and everything. Like, it's less of that, and it's more of like, yeah, he's just not really abiding by the tight ship that Arteta's running. And I don't think that should affect his value or his worth, because he's still incredible, and in a better system he'd probably still score over 20 goals a season.
Okay, to piggyback off that, I feel like you're right. Most sensible people, like sporting directors, coaches, managers, scouts, they would be able to say, look at the situation and be like, okay, like, to me, that's not, like, him not scoring goals is a reasonable explanation. That's why I accepted your text. Him getting home at 10 a.m. instead of midnight on Thursday, to me, I'm like, that's not really a big deal. And yeah, like on a technicality, he broke a rule, but, like, is this a reason for us not to take a punt on a guy? Like, you can show up 12 hours late, like, you came, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like, to that, people would be able to look and be like, okay, like, my first thought when I looked at Mikel doing his 2 press conferences was like, someone needs to pull the stick out of this guy. He's a little uptight. He's a little bit uptight right now, and I don't necessarily think most people would find this kind of coaching style pleasant.
Yeah.
But I've never coached a team of professionals. So, like, I can see both standpoints, but I'm like,
yeah,
kind of feel like you're making a mountain out of a molehill, like, like,
yeah,
3 times, like, let it slide, man. It's the holidays, let it slide.
You're right. But on that note, like, we can go back to Aubameyang with, Ibra with with Arteta's, I guess, I mean, who Arteta looks up to coaching wise with Pep, right? Like Pep was kind of the same way with specifically Zlatan in Barcelona. Like you have to drive a sponsored car, an Audi here to work every single day, and it's almost just like Arteta's trying to. Barcelona, we know Barcelona is run like that. Like it's like a club that you have to have a specific amount of respect for. You have to follow all of these rules. Like it's a privilege to play at this club. You don't follow rules, you're gone type of thing. And obviously Ibra had a tough time with that. And the way that Pep kind of made everyone follow those rules. And I think that that's just kind of almost what Arteta is trying to do at Arsenal as well. Just like make it extra, like mad extra for everything. But maybe it'll be a good thing in the future. Like the one thing I will say is that it's nice to see that every game Aubameyang hasn't played for because of these. Like yeah, Tottenham was because he came late to training. Like there was traffic on the M5 or something, and he was like an hour or something. But so it's not crazy things that he's breaking these rules over. But every time they do bench him, they win, which is like awesome.
I will say we don't have a segment yet for goal of the week, but I might just throw this in here. That play from the back where Lacazette scored that goal.
Yeah.
They did like 10 passes just like around the whole opposition. That was something to behold.
Yeah.
That was something to behold, man. That was something. That was quite the goal. So, I mean, you keep putting in shifts like that as a team, it's hard to dispute the guy not being a part of that, because that was amazing.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, no, I think that they'll grow and they'll work from this. But, I don't know. I will say again, yeah, we're not talking about Arsenal, but Odegaard has been coming through lately too, so. Happy with what we're building with these young guys and Lacazette. Love to see Lacazette out there.
My boy shining. My boy Laka shining. Cool.
All right.